Today guys, I'm going to be showing you what a $700 gaming PC looks like in 2026. Because as you guys probably know, the prices of the PC market has been absolutely insane, especially compared to just a couple months ago. So this is basically what you can expect if you have a $700 budget. Now like always, I will leave links to everything in the description below, and let's just get right into it. Quick shout out to today's sponsor UPDF, and let me show you why I've actually been enjoying this one. So if you work with PDFs at all, editing them, reviewing research papers, dealing with scanned documents, UPDF handles all of it and it's genuinely become my go-to. Like I can open up this AI industry report here and just directly edit the text, swap out images, adjust links, and you don't have to convert to Word and don't have any weird formatting issues. Then there's the AI assistant, and I can literally chat with a PDF. I'll ask it to summarize this white paper and yeah, it just does it. You can also translate, generate a mind map, and a bunch more. And the OCR is genuinely impressive. I'll drop in this scanned research paper, hit OCR, and it converts the whole thing into editable searchable text in seconds. It also does password protection, form filling, digital signatures, compressions, pretty much everything Adobe does, but at about a sixth of the price. And one account covers Mac, Windows, iOS, and Android. Go ahead and download it and grab a copy using the link at the top of the description. I've also pinned a comment with the same link so it's easy to find. They've got a limited time offer running right now, so it's a great time to pick it up. Alright, so let's get back into the video. Okay, so let's start with the CPU. We are going with the Ryzen 5 5600, which you can get for $148. Now, I've been using this chip in a ton of different builds, and there's tons of good reasons for that. Number one, the chip itself is really solid. It has 6 cores, 12 threads, and overall, especially if you're targeting 1080p or 1440p, it actually fits both of them really well. So if you did want to upgrade your GPU here, you definitely can. Also, it's on the AM4 platform, and the reason why that's good is simply because the RAM it uses. AM5, which is AMD's newest platform, takes DDR5 RAM, and that's the most expensive kind. But if we go on the AM4 platform like we have here, you can actually use DDR4 RAM, which is significantly cheaper. But yeah, this chip is still really solid, and especially with the market we're working with, I still think it's a really good choice. And on top of all this, it comes with a CPU cooler in the box, so we don't have to spend on a third-party one, and it's actually pretty solid, especially for one that just comes with the CPU itself. Now for the motherboard, we have the ASUS Prime B550MA Wi-Fi Mark II, which you can get for $99. This is also a board I've used in a ton of different builds, and for good reason. Number one, of course, it supports all of the parts that we have in this build, which is perfect. It also has some really good features as well. It has enough fan headers, it has an ARGB header if you want to add RGB fans later. And of course, as I mentioned before, it supports DDR4 RAM, which is really the most important part. The thing about the B550M and the AM4 platform in general is that a lot of the boards are similar price and similar feature. So if you wanted to get one, for example, from MSI, you can definitely get that as well. If you did want to go for the cheapest option, I'm pretty sure it's still the GIGABYTE B550MK, which you can get for $70. But yeah, if you did want to save some money, you can definitely go for that board, especially for this build, which doesn't have any RGB anyways. But whether you go with the ASUS one, a GIGABYTE one, or an MSI one, they're all going to work perfectly fine. Now for everyone's favorite part, we're going to talk about RAM, and the one that I have here is the T-Force Delta RGB 3600 MHz kit at 16 gigabytes. And like in all my videos, I always recommend to buy your RAM on the used market. So sites like Facebook Marketplace, Jawa, eBay, any of those kind of used sites, and try to get the best deal. Usually what I recommend is try to get a kit at 16 gigabytes at the 3000 to 3600 megahertz range at around $60. And this is definitely very doable, and especially when you compare it to a new kit, which is usually over $100, honestly, this is so worth it. And let's say you get a 3000 megahertz kit, it really isn't going to be a noticeable difference compared to 3200 or 3600, so just try to get the best deal possible. And now for the SSD, we have the T-Force Z44 A7Q 1TB Gen 4 SSD, but the one I have linked below is the Patriot P400 V4, which is 1TB in Gen 4 as well, and you can get that for $145. Now, SSD prices have absolutely skyrocketed too alongside RAM, and it really makes budget builds a lot harder. 1TB kits just a couple of months ago were going for under $100, and now it's almost at $150. And I used to recommend 1TB in all of my builds, and the reason for that is because games take a lot of space. If we went with a 500GB drive, we definitely would only be able to hold 3 to 4 games depending on the size, and 1TB just gives you a lot more headroom in the future. But the SSD prices have definitely taken a much more significant part of the budget, and honestly, that really sucks. And for the case, this is honestly one of my personal favorites. It's the LIAN A3 MATX, which you can get for $73. Now, the reason why I like this case is simply the design. I really like the way it looks and also the form factor. factor. Of course, the shape of it is a little bit different compared to standard cases. It's more like an ITX case, but of course can fit bigger parts. It also has mesh all over at the bottom and the top, and of course the back as well. And honestly, I think this is a really solid case. But to be honest, it is quite expensive at $73, especially for the budget. So if you did want to save some money, I will leave links to alternatives down below and you can allocate that money to something else. But yeah, if you do like the design of this case, honestly, you won't regret getting this one. For the power supply, I'm using my trusty friend, the MSI Mag A650BN, which you can get for $60. So if you've been watching a couple of my videos, you probably know that I've been using the MSI Mag 550 watt version in a lot of my builds, and when I need a little bit more power, I switch to the 650 watt. And the reason for that is simply because these power supplies are solid, they're gonna work perfectly for budget builds like this, and the price, it's really hard to find another alternative. Overall though, I've basically used this in all of my builds and it's never let me down and it's been really solid. Now for the GPU, we have the RX 5700 XT, which you can get on the used market for around $120. Again, I've been using this card in a ton of different builds because the value you get at $120 is really solid. For this build, we are targeting 1080p and the RX 5700 XT will have no problem running that. But even if you wanted to push to 1440p, this card was actually designed to run at that. So of course the FPS will be a little bit lower, but if you did want to get that higher resolution, it definitely is possible with this card. And overall, it's one of my favorite used cards and I really do think it fits well in this build. But yeah guys, that is the entire gaming PC and the total for everything came out to $705, which I think is actually not bad. And especially with how bad the market is right now, I honestly think this is a really solid build. Now I did forget to mention that I also added a case fan to the back just to get some airflow going through this. The one that I have here is from Be Quiet, but honestly any 120mm fan will work as well. And you can usually find those for like $7 to $8, so it really isn't going to be much more. But yeah guys, like always, I'm going to show you guys some benchmarks so you guys can see how this PC performs. But yeah guys, that is the entire $700 gaming PC. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.